The moment I stepped into the courtroom, my daughter smiled as if she had already won. Her husband looked at me with quiet confidence, certain I would be declared incapable of managing my own life. Then something unexpected happened. A retired judge sitting beside the bench looked straight at me, turned pale, and whispered that he could not believe it was really me. The entire courtroom fell silent. No one there knew that before I became a wife and mother, I had been one of the most respected trial lawyers in California. They thought I was just an old widow. They had no idea who they were trying to destroy. Everything changed after my husband, Ethan, died from a sudden heart attack. We had shared more than 40 years together, and after losing him, my world became painfully quiet. My daughter Megan and her husband, Ryan, suddenly became very interested in my finances. At first they acted caring, bringing food and checking on me, but their kindness quickly turned into pressure. They kept suggesting I transfer my home and savings into their names. They claimed it would make life easier and avoid future legal problems. I refused, and that was when their true intentions surfaced. They slowly started telling relatives and neighbors that I was becoming forgetful. They hired a dishonest doctor who barely spoke to me before claiming I showed signs of mental decline. Soon I received court papers stating that my own daughter wanted me declared legally incompetent so she could take control of my house, savings, and every decision in my life. Reading those documents hurt more than losing money ever could because they were written by the child I had sacrificed everything to raise. Instead of giving up, I quietly began collecting evidence. I recorded every conversation with my daughter and son-in-law. During one family gathering, they openly joked that my house would soon belong to them and laughed about how easy it would be once the court ruled in their favor. They never imagined I had captured every word. Then I opened a locked drawer that had remained untouched for decades. Inside was my old law license, reminding me that I had once built a career defeating people far more powerful than them. I contacted an old friend who was still a respected attorney, and together we prepared for the fight. On the day of the hearing, my daughter believed I would appear as a frightened old woman. Instead, I stood before the judge with confidence. After their lawyer finished presenting fake medical reports and false witness statements, I calmly revealed that I was a licensed attorney with years of courtroom experience. I presented independent medical evaluations proving I was perfectly healthy. Then my lawyer played the recordings. The courtroom echoed with my son-in-law bragging that my home would soon be theirs, and my daughter laughing beside him. Every lie they had built their case on collapsed within minutes. The judge immediately dismissed the petition and ordered a criminal investigation into the false evidence, fake medical reports, and attempted fraud. Their lawyer faced disciplinary action, the dishonest doctor admitted he had been paid, and my daughter and her husband lost their jobs as news of the case spread. I later sued them for emotional damages and won. Instead of keeping the money, I donated every dollar to a home that cared for abandoned elderly people because I wanted something good to grow from the pain they caused me. Months later, my daughter returned alone. She had lost everything, including her marriage. Through tears, she admitted that greed and debt had blinded her. She begged for forgiveness, but I told her forgiveness could never be earned with words alone. If she truly wanted another chance, she would have to rebuild her life honestly, work hard, repay every cent she owed, and prove through her actions that she had changed. She accepted those conditions and quietly began starting over. Today, my life looks completely different. I travel, speak at events about protecting older adults from financial abuse, and encourage people never to mistake kindness for weakness. My daughter eventually repaid every dollar and slowly began rebuilding our relationship. But trust returned one careful step at a time. Looking back, I realized the greatest victory was never defeating them in court. It was reclaiming my dignity and proving that growing older does not mean becoming powerless. I had never stopped being the woman who fought for justice. I had simply been waiting for the moment to stand up again. And when that moment came, I reminded everyone that the strongest revenge is not hatred. It is living with dignity, freedom, and self-respect, while refusing to let betrayal define the rest of your life.